We often come across these kind of problems in physics when we are studying kinematics. When it is raining and the raindrops are falling vertically, a person who is standing on the street will have to hold the umbrella vertically to protect himself from the rain, right? But the person who is walking or who is running, he has to tilt the umbrella to protect himself in the same rain which is falling vertically downwards. What is the reason behind that? So let's start with something very basic. Here we have two cars, one is black, another one is white, and both of them are traveling in the positive x direction. Let's say we have been given that at some point of time, both of them were together at x is equal to 0. One more information. The black car is traveling with 20 meter per second and the white car is traveling with 50 meter per second. Now I want you to think, what is going to happen in next 1 second? What will be the position of these cars after 1 second? It will be like this, nothing hard to predict. Because the speed of the white car is 50 meter per second, it will move 50 meters in 1 second. Similarly, the black car will move 20 meters in 1 second, right? Now, if someone is sitting in the black car, why someone? Let's say you are sitting in the black car and you are observing white car. What is the displacement of white car according to you? It is 30 meters, right? That means, just look closely. That means at x is equal to 0, both of them were together. After 1 second, there is a difference of 30 meters, right? What will happen after 2 seconds? There will be a difference of 30 meters more. That is 60 meters will be the difference. What will happen after 3 seconds? It will be 90 meters. That means the person who is sitting in the black car, according to him, the white car is moving 30 meters every second ahead of him. Correct? So what we can say here? Velocity of W with respect to B. W is the white car, B is the black car. So velocity of W with respect to B will be 50 minus 20, that is 30 meter per second. According to the person who is in the black car, the white car is moving ahead with 30 meter per second. Correct? If we generalize the formula, it will be velocity of A with respect to B is equal to velocity of A minus velocity of B. Now we have another situation. Now they are moving towards each other. So what will happen after 1 second? Their positions will be this. Now according to a person who is sitting in the black car, how much the white car has come closer? It is 30, right? 10 plus 20 is equal to 30. So what will be the velocity of W with respect to B in this case? It is 10 plus 20 is equal to 30 meter per second. According to a person who is sitting in the black car, the white car is moving towards him with 30 meter per second. Correct? So here, if two bodies are moving towards each other, then we can generalize a formula as velocity of A with respect to B will be VA plus VB. Right? Now let's increase the level. Let's say we have two persons A and B and they are standing at point O. Initially they are standing together at point O. And they started traveling in some random directions like this. After a point of time, they reached P and Q. Now from the point of view of B, what is the displacement of A? It will be along PQ vector, right? If you are watching A from the frame of reference of B, his displacement will be along PQ vector, right? Now if you watch this triangle made by the vectors, the triangle law of addition says that OQ will be equal to OP plus PQ, correct? And if you rearrange it, it will be PQ is equal to OQ minus OP. What is PQ? Displacement of A according to B, or we can say displacement of A with respect to B, right? Now if we divide each of these vectors with time, because time is same for everyone. In the same time, A traveled from O to Q. In the same time, B traveled from O to P, right? So if we divide all these vectors with time, what do we get? Velocity of A with respect to B is equal to velocity of A minus velocity of B. Alright? And this is the formula you have to keep in mind. Every problem of relative velocity will be solved by using this formula. Now you can say that in the first two cases, we were using two different formulas. Like if the bodies are moving parallelly in the same direction, we are using VA minus VB. And if they are traveling in opposite direction, we are using VA plus VB. So can we move there from this formula? Let's check it out. So let's take the first situation. In the first case, the black car was traveling with 20 meters per second forward in the positive x direction, and the white car was traveling with 50 meters per second in the same direction, right? So we can write the velocity of black car as 20I and velocity of white car as 50I, correct? Don't confuse, I have changed the name here. I have changed the name of black car to B and white car as A, so don't confuse. Now if we place these values in the formula, what do we get? Velocity of A with respect to B is equal to 50I minus 20I is equal to 30I, right? This is what we got. The magnitude of the relative velocity was 30 meters per second. Now second case. Here we have the velocities in two different directions. Velocity of B will be written as 10I since it is in positive x direction, but the velocity of A will be written as minus 20I because it is in negative x direction, right? Let's place them in the formula. Velocity of A with respect to B will be minus 20I minus 10I is equal to minus 30I. There also we added the magnitudes and got the result as 30 meters per second. Here also we are getting the same result. Indirectly we are adding up the magnitudes, but minus is coming because of direction. Alright, so I hope you got it. So let's keep this formula in mind. Velocity of A with respect to B is equal to VA minus VB. Now comes our situation. Rain is falling vertically downwards for a person who is standing on the street, but for the person who is running, they are falling at some angle. Why is this so? Well, let's figure it out with what we have just studied. First of all, let's check out the directions. Rain is falling vertically downwards, right? So this is the vector VR, and man is moving along positive x direction. So here we have vector VM. Now what is the velocity of rain with respect to this running man? We have the formula, right? We can write VRM is equal to VR minus VM. And we can easily represent this vector VR minus VM, right? Like this. This green vector is actually the direction of rain according to this man, right? Let's check it out another way. We can write the same equation as VRM is equal to VR plus minus VM. which means VRM is actually the resultant of VR and minus VM, right? And how do we get minus VM? We can just flip VM by 180 degree like this, correct? And where is the resultant? Somewhere here. So in both the cases you are watching that VR minus VM is in the same direction, right? And this is actually the direction of raindrops which is observed by this running man. Or in other words, this is the direction of velocity of rain according to this man. And that is why he'll be placing the umbrella in that direction. Right? I hope you got it. Now let's have a question here. A man standing on a road has to hold his umbrella at 30 degrees with the vertical to keep the rain away. He throws the umbrella and starts running at 20 km per hour. He finds that raindrops are hitting his head vertically and find the speed of raindrops with respect to the moving man. Now let's move step by step. We have been given that when the man is standing, the velocity of the rain is at 30 degrees with the vertical. So we can write velocity of rain with respect to ground is at 30 degrees with the vertical. Correct? And the velocity of man is along the positive x-axis whose magnitude is 20 km per hour. But right now we don't care about magnitude. First of all, let's draw the vector diagram. So we have to find the speed of raindrops with respect to the moving man. You know the formula? VRM is equal to VR plus minus VM. I'm using the second form of the equation. And where is minus VM? Somewhere here, right? So what we have to do is, we have to find the resultant of these two vectors. Can we do that? Let's figure out. So we have the magnitude of the horizontal vector as 20, right? And we don't know the velocity of the rain. Now, I think you know the way, you know the method to find the resultant of two vectors using vector resolution, right? And if you don't know, I have made a video on that. You can go and watch, and I have placed a link in the description. All right. So let's resolve this VR vector. We'll get VR sine 30 degree in the horizontal direction and VR cos 30 degree in vertical direction. And if we rearrange them, what do we get? We have a vector in horizontal direction as 20 minus VR sine 30 degree. And in vertical direction it is VR cos 30 degree. And for these two vectors, there will be resultant in between, somewhere at an angle of alpha with the vertical, let's say. But we have been given an information. What is that information? Velocity of rain with respect to man, or we can say velocity of rain with respect to moving man, is in vertically downward direction. What does that imply? It means alpha is 0 degree, right? So we can write tan alpha as 0. What is tan alpha? Perpendicular by base. Perpendicular is 20 minus VR sine 30 degree and base is VR cos 30 degree. And from this we are getting VR as 40 meter per second. Now we have the velocity of rain with respect to ground, or what the man is observing when he is standing, right? Now what next? Now since alpha is 0, the horizontal component is 0 and we are left with only the vertical component. We have the resultant VRM in the vertical direction. What does that imply? VRM is equal to VR cos 30 degree, right? Because among the two vectors, one is 0. So the resultant will be equal to the remaining one. Correct? So the final answer is 20 root 3 meter per second. And this is the velocity of rain with respect to the moving man. This is your final answer. Now I have used many things about vectors here. So if you are finding any doubt and if you have any problem in understanding the vectors, then I have made 2 videos on scalars and vectors. You can go and have a look over it. There is a link in the description. Now if you like the video, do like, share and subscribe. And for any queries, feel free to drop a mail at slidescreen@gmail.com.